Well, I'm Robbie, the helmsman. This is Dave, the crew. We're sailing the Hitcher, number 372. We've only been in the boat for about a year and a half, maybe even a year, and of that we have done very little sailing, so it's been a big step up at Nationals, but we're enjoying it so far, yeah. I think we struggled a bit for height in the first race this morning, and maybe just because we weren't like getting into it as much, probably weren't working hard enough, so we really cranked up for the last one. Definitely that's how we're going to race from now on, a bit more aggressive. We're going to really hit everything hard.
Is Siren. Had her for about three years now. Before is Mike McDonald. We've been sailing together for 2 seasons now. We're feeling pretty good. I grew up in Beauty Point, so I did all my junior sailing here, so it's really nice to come home and get to go sailing where I learned to sail. If it stays windy like this, maybe we'll, if we don't tip over like we did yesterday, we could do pretty well.
Back on the water now for race 3 of the day after a long lunch break. Sailors were greeted with a lovely 12 to 14 knot sea breeze. All boats lined up for a fairly even start. However, Rani and Chris, sailing 359, had to return. Up the first beat turned into a great battle between Nick Darlow, Guy Bancroft and Richie, all close by the top mark. Third place boat, Richie and Lisa, around the top mark, unfortunately dropped their kite into the tide. This slowed them down. Close behind the leaders at the top mark for the first time was the now repaired clean-skinned sail by Kelvin Boyle. The leader, Nick Darlow, unfortunately wineglassed his spinnaker on the first drive, allowing Bancroft to sail through.
Why? Going low.
However, on the drop, Darlow had a fantastic drop with his crew Mikey, getting back in front of Bancroft at the bottom mark.
We might have to go above him if we think it's too early, you know. Yep. We're nearly there. Yeah, we're nearly there. You set up too. We're right, we'll go to here's the line. You ready? Yep. Grab the mate. Right, yep.
Also having a great first beat was the boys on the Hitcher, sailed by Robbie Hunt.
We're out of the pack.
They sailed exceptionally well up the beat and held their position well on the first run. Now into the second lap, Bancroft was seen to be noticeably slow on the beat. Maybe he'd broken something. It turned out that he was only foxing. Bottom mark for the end of lap 2. Movers and shakers between lap 1 and lap 2 was epic. 359 advancing from 9th place after lap 1 up to 5th place in lap 2. Struggled to get their kite down at the bottom mark and continued on south on a bit of a tourist route. Back at the top mark for the final time, the leaders Darlow and Bancroft were extremely close. Unfortunately, there was a wineglass on the hoist by Darlow, allowing Bancroft to sail through. Some 100 metres shy of the finish line, Nick Darlow put his kite over the side, capsizing the boat.
I knew it!
Unfortunately, they ended up finishing without their kite up. Camera boat for the race, the Hitcher with Robbie Hunt, unfortunately slipped from 7th down to 12th place. Let's hear from them and find out what went wrong.
Oh, you little, let's drive out! It was going well, and then we rounded the top mark for the 3rd time in about 5th. And and then we had our spinnaker sheet underneath our prodder, and then went under the boat, and got all tangled and capsized. And yeah, it was a tough day. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. So getting ready for tomorrow now, and try and get some good results.
So final finishing places across the line for the top 5 saw current world champion Guy Bancroft one more for the bone, finishing first. Second were the nudists, Richie and Lisa McMillan, sailing the nude. Third place with a great race, Mark Laneson and John Nolan, sailing Blow and Seal from Macrae. Fourth place, Adrian and Claire finally getting their act together, sailing Craftsman Homes to a much better race. And in fifth place, after some difficulties early on, Kelvin Boyle and Amy Van Galen sailing Cleanskin. After quite a long day in some trying conditions, most competitors were very happy to see Race Officer Tom Bain lower the yellow flag indicating all boats to return to shore.
We'd overshot the finish line and there was just too much wind basically, and boats skidded out from underneath us and we went over.
We've got the kite block sitting on there, like on the other side, and that ripped out on the third run. Yeah, so the ripped wing net and the spinnaker system maybe cost us the lead, but the capsize at the end was what really cost us quite a few places.